Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. My name is Hannah, for those of you who don't know me. And today's video is going to be focusing on the lower back, which is what you guys voted for over on Instagram. And yeah, we're just going to take it slow, keep a jump on if you want. It's winter, it's really freaking cold. So just enjoy this flow, really relax into that lower back. It's so easy to get sore down in there, but just work with what you've got. I'll try and be, as always, as clear as possible with my cues. You know, if you're a beginner, don't even worry about it, just let's see how we get on. So when you are ready, we're going to start in a child's pose, fave pose. So when you're ready, bring yourself down, take your knees nice and wide on the mat. Toes come to touch, sit back, and bring yourself all the way down. Start to take your breath nice and deep, allowing your inhale to come into your lungs and then move down into your stomach. And almost imagine here that your breath is making its way down into the lower back. So I know technically it won't reach down there, but just imagine that your inhale is coming all the way in through your body, filling your body and making its way really down into the lower back, expanding, creating some space, getting rid of any compression, and then just slowly let the exhales out. Alright guys, when you're ready, slowly just lift yourself back up into a tabletop position, taking the hands underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Start to move through the spine, coming into your cat-cows. And just really take this movement nice and slow. Know that there is no rush. Just really get into that spinal movement, into the connective tissues of your body. If you want to take any other movements here that might feel nice to the spine, then go for it. And then tuck under the toes. Spread those fingers nice and wide and press yourself up into your downward facing dog. Start to pedal through the heels here, so bringing one heel down, opposite knee bends. We're just really allowing the hamstrings to stretch, okay? So you should be feeling this into the backs of the legs as you bring one heel down, because our lower back and our hamstrings are connected. So when the hamstrings are tight, it can manifest itself in the lower back. Alright guys, start to come up onto the tiptoes, take your gaze up between the hands, and then just slowly walk the feet all the way up, coming into a forward fold. Take a slight bend of the knees if you need it here, and then allow the upper body to be super relaxed. So try and not hold anything in the upper body. Just work on stretching through those hamstrings. And then nice and slowly just start to roll yourself all the way up to standing, just taking your time, allowing each vertebra to stack on top of the other, and then lift the head, roll the shoulders back, opening up into the chest. Take the hands so the palms are facing forwards. Inhale, let's lift those arms. Exhale, we fold back down into our Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, extend the spine, slight bend of those knees. Plant the hands, step back to your high plank. Really bring yourself into a nice strong high plank here. So you're pushing into the arms, so upper shoulders or upper back even, spreading, doming into the upper back, and then press through those heels. So you have engagement in the legs, engage the core, engage Uddiyana Bandha, which is your belly lock, where you start to bring your belly button up towards the spine. And then wherever you are, bring the knees down, untuck the toes, walk the hands forward slightly, and press all the way down. Inhale, rise up into your Cobra. Exhale, just bring the upper body back down. So we're just going to do a few of these Cobras. So make sure your hands are underneath the shoulders. And then just start to lift up. And just take it slow. Know that there is no rush here. See if you can start to work with your breath. So every inhale you rise, every exhale you fold. Now see if you can start to do it without even having the hands down. So without pressing any weight into those hands. And then start to bring the hands beyond the top corners of the mat. Tent up those fingertips. Really spread the elbows out nice and wide. Inhale to peel the upper body up. Maybe you can come up a little bit higher. Exhale, we come back down. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fold the body. Inhale. And exhale down. Nice work, guys. All right, come to bring your hands back underneath the shoulders. We tuck the toes, press back into the heels first, spread those fingers, and then rise up into your downward facing dog. Start to bring your gaze back up to those hands. Maybe take a few steps up into your forward fold. One breath here. And then next inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, close the body back down. And then inhale to lift yourself all the way up. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Next inhale, start to lift those arms. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, come back to your high plank. Either drop the knees or come through your full chaturanga. So you lean the body forwards first, come down halfway if you're taking your full chaturanga. Then inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, wherever you are, push back, downward facing dog. Alright, start to lift up the right leg. Exhale to bring the foot down in between the hands. Drop that back knee, untuck the toes. Lift up those arms. Don't worry about taking much of a back bend, just keep Uddiyana Bandha engaged, so keep pulling the belly button back. We have one breath here. Exhale, bring those hands down, either side of the front foot. Tuck under back toes, start to straighten up the front leg, coming into your half split. And just keep the spine straight, lift those toes up towards the ceiling. Inhale to reach a little bit taller. And then as you exhale, maybe you can walk over that front leg. Keep breathing here. Alright, start to bring that foot back down. Keep the back toes tucked, lift the back knee, step back, downward facing dog. One breath here in your down dog. And then next inhale, start to lift the left leg. Exhale as you bring that foot down, ground it between the hands, drop the back knee, untuck back toes, inhale to your crescent lunge. One more breath. And then start to bring those hands back down, tuck under back toes this time. Start to straighten that front leg. Remember, toes are coming up towards the ceiling. Keep the spine nice and long, so no hunching over, guys. Keep it long. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, perhaps you can fold a little bit deeper. But just knowing that as long as you can feel this in the hamstring, you're in the right place for you, so don't worry if you're not completely folded down. Just work with how your body is feeling. Don't worry about what it looks like. One more breath here, guys. Enjoy the stretch. And then start to come forwards onto that front foot. We plant hands, come straight back, downward facing dog. Next inhale, start to lift the right leg. Exhale, we bring it down. We're keeping that back knee lifted. Rise up, high crescent lunge. Inhale, reach nice and tall. And then start to straighten up the front leg. And then maybe you want to take a little step forwards with that back leg. Start to reach that back heel down so you can really feel it in the back of the hamstrings here. Take the hands onto the hips. You might want to take a micro bend in that front leg, so don't lock it out if you're hyperextend. I can't think of what the adjective is for that right now, but if you hyperextend, then maybe take a slight bend. And then just start to lean the upper body forwards, but keep the spine straight. Try and keep the hips square in front of you. Holding here, one more breath. If you feel comfortable enough to release the hands down either onto the mat or maybe onto a block, then go for it. One more breath. And then bend into that front knee. Place the hands down, maybe walk that foot forwards a little bit. We're coming back up into our crescent lunge. Lift those arms and then drop the back heel, warrior two. Gazes over that front hand, externally rotating into that front thigh. Now start to straighten the front knee, front leg. Reach forward with that right hand, Trikonasana. Gaze can either be down at that foot, maybe to the camera, or maybe up to your lifted hand. Again, enjoying that stretch. One more breath. And then take your gaze down to that front foot. We bend into that front leg. Hands come down. Either push straight back to downward facing dog or flow through your vinyasa. Coming down as you exhale. Inhale to Cobra or up dog. Draw the shoulder blades back. Exhale as you tuck your toes. Push back, downward facing dog. Next inhale, start to lift up the left leg. Exhale to bring that foot down. Inhale, crescent lunge. And then start to straighten that front leg. Maybe you want to take a slight step forwards with the back leg. And then bring those hands onto your hips. Start to lean the upper body forwards. Getting that hamstring stretch. And really bring that back heel down towards the mat. That's when you're going to start feeling it. I can feel it. I hope you can. All right. Keep that spine as straight as you can. Oh. Golly gosh, my hamstrings are tight. Yeah. All right, guys. One more breath. And then we're moving back into our crescent lunge. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, drop the back heel, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Moving into our Trikonasana, you straighten the front leg, reach forward, move it down. Move it down. Sorry, it's not funny. It's okay, guys. And then start to come back to that downward facing dog. And then we're just going to walk the feet all the way up to the hands. Slowly start to sit the bum down onto the mat. And we're going to just start getting into the lower back a little bit more, okay? So we've done our little flow, and now we're going to move down to some floor asanas. Floor flatteners. You heard it here, guys. I'm going to copyright that. Anyway. Don't know, I'm in a weird mood today. Start to roll yourself all the way down onto your mat. We're coming into a figure 4 stretch. So, start to bring the right leg up, bend the knee slightly. You don't have to be super bent, but just bend that leg. Then left ankle is going to come just below that right knee. So your hip starts to open out, and maybe you want to take left hand onto left knee, just open into that hip a little bit, bend that right leg a little bit more, weave the left hand through the gap, right arm comes around the other side of that right leg, and then start to pull that leg closer in towards you. Oh my god, I can feel it already. My body is just very tight today. If you want to maybe take left hand onto left knee, you can coax that hip open a little bit more. Breathe through it, guys. One more breath. And then release that leg down. Release the left foot down for a moment, then you bend the left leg, this time right ankle comes just below the left knee. Oh my god, this side is even worse, bloody hell. Okay. When you're ready, guys, start to bring yourself into this figure 4 stretch. I'm so glad that you guys voted for this, because I clearly need it. Oh my god. Breathe through the pain. Although if it's really hurting, don't do it. I just mean the stretchy pain, you know, that pain that you feel when you're stretching. Oh, child. One more breath. And then, just bring those knees into the chest. Take a hug those knees in. Maybe just take a rock from side to side. I need to work on that right hip. Man, that is bad. That is so bad. Alright guys, we're moving into a supine twist. So keep a hold of the right leg, extend the left leg out on the mat. Bring your left hand onto that right knee. Take the right arm alongside you, so out alongside you. And then slowly start to bring that right leg across the body. Keep the right shoulder plugged down into the mat. Maybe you want to take your gaze over to the right. Keep breathing into the stomach. And then bring that knee back into center, then take the right leg out, left knee pulls in. Same again, reach long out with that left arm, start to take that across the body. One more breath. And then bring those knees back into the chest. Give yourself a very well-deserved hug. Okay, guys. So thank you very much for doing that flow with me. Just remember that you have a Shavasana now on my YouTube channel that you can do. It's about 5 minutes long. So if you want to go ahead and do your Shavasana now, then you have the option to get that video up. Otherwise, you could always pair this with another video, maybe working another body part, because they are quite short, which is really good. I know quite a lot of people like to pair them together. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. And as always, if you have any suggestions for videos that you want to see, please do DM me on Instagram. I do read them. Or just leave a comment here. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and have a fabulous rest of your day.